Hi guys, my name is Kiva and welcome back to DIY with KB. Over the past year, I have accumulated so much home decor and I absolutely love it, but my guest room can't take it anymore. I needed to find a new place to put all of my things. Plus, since I'm venturing more into interior design, I needed to put my vessels and all of my home decor in a place that was accessible to my clients. So today we're doing a storage unit makeover. I am so very excited. I think you're gonna love it, and make sure to watch to the end of the video because not only will you see my best home decor finds ever, but I'm gonna give you a few tips on how to affordably and easily accumulate a high-end, luxurious looking home decor collection without spending too much money. What's better than that? Before we get into today's video, if you like me or my content, please be sure to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram at kiva.brand. Now let's get into today's video. Okay guys, I'm finally in the storage unit and I am so excited. I want this to be a space where I can house all of my home decor items and bring my clients so that they can browse my personal collection. I know that trying to make this feel like a homey, warm place is kind of an oxymoron, but I know that we can make it happen. They cleaned the storage unit before I purchased it, but I want to give it a really good deep clean because I'm putting all of my luxury items in this space and I really want them to look top notch when I bring people in here. So I'm going to be doing the deep clean with the Dreame T20 cordless vacuum, and I want to let you know that Dreame is sponsoring today's video and I'm so excited to tell you about this product. The Dreame T20 cordless vacuum is a lightweight cordless vacuum that is perfect for every space, including untouchable spaces like a new storage unit or a car. The vacuum has a 150 air-watt suction power, making it extremely effective. It also has a swappable battery, which can double the runtime to 140 minutes with a second battery handy. This means that I can clean up my storage unit without a plug accessible, and with the OLED screen display, I'll know exactly when the battery power is low so that I'm not left frustrated with a half-clean room. The screen makes the vacuum extremely user-friendly. I don't have to spend time figuring out what all the buttons do because the working modes are displayed. There's even a button that locks the power and suction mode you've selected. My favorite part of the T20 is that it has a 5-stage filtration system, which is 99.97% effective at filtering out dust. It also easily tackles dirt, hair, and mites, so no matter what surface you're dealing with, Dreame has you covered. The T20 is extremely affordable and high quality, so whether you're working on a home reno or a messy DIY project, the Dreame T20 allows you to spend less time vacuuming and more time creating. Now that the storage unit is clean, thanks to Dreame, I am ready to get organizing. So what we did is we got a bunch of storage shelves from the hardware store, so we're gonna install those now and then we're gonna get to organizing. This is one of many dollies full of things that I have in my home. We haven't even done the number of trips that are necessary to really clean out the guest room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put everything on the shelves, then we're going to catalog it, and we're gonna try and group things together. Okay, so we did our first load. This is the second load. So these are things that were in my other storage unit. So I have two. And these are things that are in there. And you can see that I have things from all decor styles. So this is like bohemian. This is like eclectic. That's farmhouse. I have an array of things so that no matter what house I'm decorating, I have those things. And this also shows that my design style has evolved over time, and I keep the things instead of throwing them away so that I can repurpose them in someone else's home, and it's okay for your design style to change. I'm showing you that I am a die-hard modern minimalist now, but before I was all about farmhouse and then bohemian and everything in between. So it's okay to change things up, but this is how I'm housing things so that my clients can really choose from this selection. Since I'm in the process, I also want to show you that I buy things from everywhere. So you know I love Restoration Hardware and Crate and Barrel, but like this is a phenomenal little vessel here. It's just like a nice wooden bottle, and it was only $2.99 at Goodwill. So I go everywhere and pick up things that look good that you see along the way. You don't always have to know exactly what you're going to use it for, but if you're trying to get into interior design, this is a great way to have stuff prepared for your clients. Now, if you're not trying to get into interior design, don't do that because that's clutter galore. Something I really love about the Dreame vacuum is that they have so many different attachments, and hauling all of that stuff from my house to the storage unit has created so much mess in the back of my car, and I need to clean it up. So I'm so happy I have this to do it. I've been vacuuming all day long, and I still have 71% battery, but now let's just try it out. All of my stuff that is gonna go in here is in here, with the exception of one mirror, and I don't think I'm gonna convince Babe to let me do that today, which is totally fair. We only lost one vase in this entire process. It was my favorite one, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna move on. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hang some of my garland. So obviously, as a home decor collector, when I see something really good, I'm gonna buy multiples of them. That's what I definitely recommend that you do if you're trying to get kind of like a stockpile. So like the Studio McGee garland, I have 2 of them. So I have tons of these, so I'm gonna use these hooks to hang them and some of the art. And then I'm going to arrange some of the art just so it's a little bit more clutter-free, and then I'll show you what I do after that. So while I want this to be like aesthetically pleasing, it also is at the end of the day a storage unit, and I want to maximize my space because I want to be able to walk in here with someone else and show what I'm working with, and us not be like jumping over things. In our other storage unit, I actually have to climb to access something, and it's a 2-person job. Last time I went in there, I said, babe, if I don't text you in 5 minutes, come running. So I want to do this one a little bit better. And so what I'm doing for like this piece of art, I love this, but it's too small for anywhere in my house. So I just have it, and I'm just gonna put it on a hook, maybe right above here, and just maximizing floor space. So if I do need to bring more things in here that don't fit on here, there will be some floor space without, you know, getting rid of like that aisle. And seriously, you guys, I have vacuumed the storage unit a few times. I've done the rug, I've done a few of my vessels, and the vacuum is still at 74%. The battery life on this is amazing. It is so lightweight, and this is a rug that has a lot of fringe and stuff on it, and it's all coming up without clogging the vacuum. It's normally such a hassle, so I'm so happy. Okay, so I have a few of these Stata lights left over from a different project, so I'm going to install them on this beam of some of the shelves so that you can see things, even though it's dark in here, because of course this is a storage unit. There are no plugs, so I want it to be as well lit as possible without having to find some way to get some electricity in here. And there you go. And so these are motion sensor, or you could just turn them on. So that's just on. And as you can see, it's not a ton of light, but it's enough light. You can see all the vases here, and it travels down to the next level a little bit, which is substantial for now. Again, when I have more command hooks, I'll install them on every shelf, but for now, I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, so we have everything in the storage unit. Again, I have way more things than I ever thought, but that means more great stuff for my clients. So let's just do a little bit of a walkthrough. We're gonna do a walkthrough, and then I'm gonna talk to you about my favorite pieces in this room and why I made the decisions that I did. Let's start with this side of the storage unit. So we don't have any like storage cabinets on this side because it's not as deep because of the door. So I want to use the space kind of to hang some wall decor. So again, this is not all stuff that I would necessarily put in my own home, but there's something for everyone. So the first thing you see is a big old peace sign. Of course, that's not gonna go in your modern luxury home, but if you're into bohemian style, peace signs are a really crucial piece and kind of like bringing the room together. It has the earth tones, which is exactly what you want. I also have things like this basket. I have tons of baskets in here that are made of wicker so that you can make one of those basket walls. And they're things that I accumulate everywhere. So this one I'm sure I got at like TJ Maxx or something like that. And then other ones I got from Goodwill, and other ones are just placemats from IKEA. So you can really throw a bunch of things together. You just need to know what to look for when you're out shopping. Here I also have mirrors and other wall decor pieces. These ones are pretty big pieces that I don't want to put up on the wall because I don't want to risk it. But this is a nice industrial mirror. This could go in your entryway or really in any type of house. So a really good thing about using metal mirrors is that you can normally paint them with spray paint. We also have this huge bohemian piece of wall art there as well. I also am a collector of, oh, I thought I was coming to you.
Oh, come to me. That'd be better.
I am also a collector of ornate mirrors. So this one had a little bit of damage, and I also damaged it myself earlier today, but it's so beautiful. I'm a collector of this, and I only got this for $50 at an antique shop one day. They just didn't know what they had. So I collect things like this because you could paint over the mirror and turn it into a picture frame or keep it as a mirror. This would be so good in a powder room, an entryway, pretty much anywhere. So I think that like the geode slices are maybe like last year now, so that's 2020, 2019. But I had to, you know, join in on the trend, but I wasn't willing to pay those like really huge prices. So this one was actually on clearance for $50 because there is a slight split in this geode. So I got this massive piece for $50. These are normally $50 for one that's like this big. So this was such a good find. Again, I know that someone's gonna love this one day, and I'll just have it on hand. And last but not least, I have this piece that I did that's modeled off of something from Restoration Hardware. It's just in here in case somebody wants it. And that is just like one of my tips for the day. So if you are a really creative person and you feel kind of like stifled, like I don't know what I'm gonna do with this art when I make it or something like that, whether that's garland or paintings or anything, doing something like this, if you are into interior design or you're trying to get into interior design, this is a perfect way to do it. Pass those things on to your friends, your clients, your family members. So it allows you to keep creating things without, you know, cluttering your own home. So everything up here except for this one is actually from HomeGoods, and they were all very reasonably priced. My number one tip for home goods shopping for extra large vessels is to go to the garden section. So in the winter time, don't do that. There's really no point because they're so geared up for the holidays. But this was $40, this was $40, and I think this was also $40 or $50. This is from, I believe, Hobby Lobby, so actually not everything's from HomeGoods. This is from Hobby Lobby. I don't shop there anymore, but that was also super affordable. What I also find, if you do shop at Hobby Lobby or places like that, always go to the clearance section, because if that store style is farmhouse, which Hobby Lobby's is, pieces like this aren't gonna sell well, right? So they're gonna mark them down. So that's what I did here. This would cost at least $100 at a place like RH at the very least. And I probably got it for like $25 because almost every store I shop at has coupons or a reward system or something like that. And if you're not going to clearance sections, you're doing something extremely, extremely wrong. This one is a vessel that I actually got from Second Chance in Baltimore. If you're from Baltimore or the DMV, Second Chance is a place where people give donations. It's architectural salvage. I love places like that. So they have Second Chance in Baltimore. That's the most notable one. If you live here in Pittsburgh, I recommend Salvaged and Construction Junction. Those are also architectural salvage places. And it's all about digging through things and kind of seeing the value of items through all of the dirt. Dirt is just covering something. That doesn't mean that something isn't good. So this is a pot that I got there. It was super affordable as well. Now let's move down to this shelf. I wanted to do my neutral colors into my black pots, and then over here I do my white. So all of these little pots here are actually from Michaels. Again, Michaels is my go-to place for DIY stuff, but they also have phenomenal vessels, and these were all on clearance. I believe the prices are on here. So at the US it was $9.99, and then they were 50% off. So that's incredible. And you can paint these and do pretty much anything you want. All of these vessels in the back here, like this one, and this one, they're all from Crate & Barrel. Some of them are part of the Leanne Ford collection, other are not. And those are vessels that like are worth investing into me because I think that they're gonna have value over time, because Leanne Ford is so famous and people are scrambling for those things. When her collection came out here in Pittsburgh, I bought everything. I have almost everything in the collection. So now when somebody wants something, I can say, well, I have it. you know, so come work with me, and then that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna have access to my stockpile. I love using the word stockpile because it makes me think of couponers. If I could get into that, that probably would be more cost effective, getting into stockpiling stuff that way. But anyway, this is super fun. I also have some clear vessels here that I've accumulated over time through getting flowers delivered. When Babe and I started dating, she used to send me flowers a lot, so I have all of those vases, and I can use them in clients, in our own home, and all of that. This is the Joshua vase, which is very famous from Pottery Barn. I have both the medium and the small. The small is still in my home, but the medium is here. I also have the other black vase from Leanne Ford. I don't feel like reaching out back there because everything is really particularly placed, but that is great. Now this level is kind of for like the eclectic stuff. It doesn't really blend in with anything else, but like again, I want to work with all types of people because I think that design is really about your mind, but it's all about, this is where we can see it going. We both have to have some imagination. So if we both have that, even if your style is different from mine, let's work together, let's do it, and I have things for you. So this I picked up, I also believe at Second Chance. It was super cheap because no one wanted it. I love Egyptian stuff, and while it doesn't work in my own home, it's nice to have it. This is what it is. This is a vase from my grandmother. I love blue and white vases. My grandmother has such an amazing collection of vases and rugs. One day, you guys, I'm gonna have to do a tour of my grandma's home. That would be so fun. This is a vessel that I got from Goodwill. This is also from Second Chance. This is a farmhouse vase that I didn't realize was farmhouse when I bought it, and then I never returned it. And then this, again, a great Goodwill find. If you're not going to Goodwill and look at vessels, you're, again, making a mistake. This is a nice wooden bottle, and it was only $2.99, and it was that cheap because there's a crack in it, but I'm like, it's wood, of course there's a crack in it. And Goodwill is such a good place, not only because they have good vessels like this, but they have vessels with good shapes. So even if they have florals all over them or stuff that you don't like, get some paint and paint over them. There are tons of videos now that show you how to paint things well and really upcycle them. Upcycling is super important. That is also why I buy really affordable vessels that I see on sale, like this one. Sure, I don't like it because it says, you know, garden on it, but it was only $15. I can paint this, cover this up with some texture, and my client is gonna get like an RH looking pot that only cost me $15, and then a few more dollars to add stuff to. So down here we have a bunch of trays. They're not too exciting. This is a gold tray, a black tray, a white tray. I also have this wooden bowl here. So for things like this is actually $12.99 from Ross. Ross is amazing for little trinkets. They're so cheap and they're really easy to paint. And this is something that you find kind of in the kitchen section sometimes. So don't just look in home decor, look in the kitchen section too. Or where they just have trays for the kitchen. You're gonna find some really good options there. I also have this wooden one and then a farmhouse one down below. This farmhouse one is actually from Walmart. I shop there. I shop just about everywhere. I think that's what you're gonna learn by going through my home decor collection. Now we're on to my second rack, and guys, when I say I have more stuff at home, I will give you a refresh once I've moved everything in here. But up here is just all of my white and gray vessels. So I love white vessels, of course, because white is one of the accent colors in my home. And this is not just a place for my clients to come shop, it's also a place for me to shop. Shopping your own home is the best thing that you can do, because if you buy something and you're still attracted to it, that means that it really belongs in your space. And this is a good way to take it out, reevaluate, and really hone in on your style. So that's what most of these white ones are for here. This is from Home Goods. Again, the garden section. I think that's from Hobby Lobby. These are both from Home Goods. This is from West Elm. I accumulate things everywhere. When I shop at higher end stores like West Elm and Pottery Barn, I only go when they're having a big sale. So West Elm had a huge sale a few months ago, and I think everything was between 30 and 60% off. So I got 2 huge vessels and then this small one here, and that was just a great way for me to save money and still get those pieces that I will want or someone I know will want down the line. Down here are my smaller white and taupe pieces. These 2 are from IKEA. These 2 are from At Home. This is the vase that Babe got me. This is from Crate and Barrel. This is also from Crate and Barrel. This is Hearth and Hand from Magnolia Home, and this is from the Goodwill. Again, I just have a large array of things, and they're sort of color coordinated, not like totally color coordinated, because I think that that's a hassle. All I wanted to do is make sure that you could see everything on every level so that we don't have to dig through things. We can come in here, nail them what we're getting, and like get on that project, because I think that shopping can get so overwhelming looking through all the things, and that really prolongs the project, and that is the exact opposite of what we want. Efficiency is key. These are just some bowls. This is the Leanne Ford pedestal bowl. I have a few other pedestal bowls. I just got one from Target, but I think I want to style it in my own home, and these are two bowls that I got from Home Goods. Then I just have this IKEA bowl and this little tray here. Again, if you like glass decor, Goodwill is your friend. They have tons of it, tons and tons and tons of it, and it's super cheap. And you can use it in really any type of style. I think it's just all about what you style it with. Now, this shelf is so not me, but it just goes to show that our style evolves. I had a very serious boho phase, and it was one of my first YouTube videos ever. So you can go and see that and giggle at me a little bit. But I got a lot of faux florals, so a little succulent here, some aloe vera and other things like that. Again, this is great for a bohemian home, a minimalist home, a Scandinavian home. There's nothing wrong with faux florals as long as you style them right, and you get plants that naturally kind of look fake. Like succulents, like they look the same, real or fake to me, except for the soil. So you could add some soil around here and really like make it look a little bit more fancy. And these are the branches that I normally have in that big white pot in my home, but since I moved out the pot, I also bought the branches here. And down below, I just have gold trays. These are gold plates that I got from Goodwill for $2.99 each. I just really like that they kind of told a story here. And then this is just a gold, this is just a gold tray from Target. I love sculptures. You guys always say that my home is like a museum, and I love sculptures. I live for them. If I could be a sculptor, I would be. These are some of my larger sculptures that don't fit down here. Garden section, Home Goods. I think this is from Pier 1. They just come from an array of places, and I love them. And that's it. I don't really know what else to say there. Down here, these are all of my crystals. We love crystals, and they're just not really a part of my style right now. So I have two on stands. They're from Home Goods. They're really, really well priced, $15. And then I have bigger ones that I've accumulated, and then this is just selenite, and it's a bookend, and I think it's kind of cute. And so on this level, I have things that kind of just look like people. They're my smaller sculptures, so busts, stuff like that. These are some African masks that I accumulated from an antique store. I really, really like African masks, so does my grandmother. So I'm gonna have a huge collection one day, and I'm not like saying like when she dies, she just is getting rid of stuff. So that's what I mean by one day. And these are just some sculptures that I got from at home. And in the back here, this is just the coolest thing I ever picked up. I got it from Second Chance. It's really cool. You could put it in a frame or let it stand on some shelves or something like that. Down on the next level, it's not that exciting, so you don't get the full tour. These are just kind of knickknacks. So again, like antlers or something like that. Or this really cool thing here that I accumulated and never did anything with. Everything down below here is just kind of miscellaneous. And then the one even below that is pretty much just like an IKEA shelf. Because I'm IKEA's #1 fan. And last but not least, this is our fourth shelf here. Up top, I have all this extra lighting. I love these. I picked these up at Goodwill. They were super cheap. I think they're like 2 for $15. This is like the first lamp Babe and I ever bought. It was when we were in college, and that $30, it really just like cut us deep. And so we've kept it forever, and I always will because I remember that. And then those are like the lamps from Studio McGee, and then a really cool task lamp I found at Home Goods one day. Down here, I have a spare picture light. I have these wall sconces and these IKEA lamps. Of course, IKEA has a 365-day return policy, but I just like didn't want to return them. One day we might cycle them back into our home, and they'll just stay here. Over here are some of my coffee table books. I'm gonna bring a ton more from the house, and this whole row is gonna be coffee table books, which is that's not perfectly done yet. And then we have other knickknacks, like just pretty much marble-based knickknacks. So like this. Down here is my strictly bohemian level. So I have, you know, things like this. We have the trays, we have the rugs. I went through a really serious elephant phase. I was just like a die-hard elephant fan. I mean, like, don't judge me. We all have our things. And then I also have tons of these macrame plant hangers. So if you live in Pittsburgh and you want to do a bohemian house, pick me, choose me, because I have so much stuff. That was a Grey's Anatomy reference. If you don't get it, you gotta watch that show. And then on the bottom, I have my farmhouse stuff, but we don't need to look at that because like I said in last video, we're done with the farmhouse in 2021. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I had so much fun finally organizing my home decor and showing you my entire collection. I have so many things. I'm gonna keep adding. I'm gonna bring my art and so many other things, so I will keep you updated. Do not worry. If you're interested in Dreame Tech's T20 cordless vacuum, click the link down below. All the information will be there. It is phenomenal. I know that you're gonna love it. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and until next time, have a beautiful day.